We often get to hear that if you have thyroid disorder, then avoid cruciferous vegetables and try to include iodized salt. Well, yes, there was a time when that was enough. But despite of doing that, today more than ever, we have thyroid patients. So does that mean that these are not enough? Yes, of course. Because your thyroid gland can get affected by certain other foods as well. So today, let us try to discuss what are the best foods to be kept aside if you are struggling with thyroid. First one, gluten. We often get to hear that in the Western world, it is being commonly said one should be avoiding gluten. Well, the elimination therapy works if you are just having the synthetic thyronol pill. Now, if you have had the luxury of taking up an Ayurvedic therapy wherein the gut reset or panchakarma is being done, then in that case, what you can do is you can go for the wheat variety which has got lesser amount of gluten. Say for example, spelt wheat or khapli variety wheat. The second one, lactose. If you have delay in digesting the protein in milk, then in that case it is best to be avoided because it can be quite inflammatory. Again, like I said before, if you have been able to do a gut reset, then this is not applicable. But if you have not been able to do that, then might as well keep aside the milk, cream and milk containing other products. I'm not talking about curd or buttermilk. Now, if you have been able to take up an Ayurvedic therapy, then in that case, do not go and buy any random brand of milk. Instead, try to get it from the safest source. Say, single source, farm fresh, A2 variety, whichever it be, you're sure that it is of the best quality and not homogenized or pasteurized. Then in that case, that milk is essential for you, especially if you're struggling with hair fall, insomnia, crackling joints, constipation, etc. The third thing to be avoided is soya products. Soya products are inflammatory by nature and they also contain goitrogens. So they have a tendency to make your gland sluggish. Now, if you still want to include, the best way out is use fermented soya products where the goitrogenic effect of the same is much lesser. The fourth one, as you may already know, cruciferous vegetables, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, etc. They are best to be cooked and consumed, say once a week, 3 to 4 florets. Then in that case, you can consume them. It's not that you have to completely avoid. The fifth one to be avoided, millets. They're being known as a superfood because they're the powerhouse of vitamins and minerals. But unfortunately, they contain goitrogens. Now, if you soak them overnight and then cook them thoroughly, then in that case, the amount of goitrogenic effect is much lesser. But still, if you are extremely suffering with brain fog, constipation, bloating, it is best to be avoided. But if it is a staple and if they do not create any kind of trouble in your gut, then in that case, you can include them twice a week. That does the job. The next one, sabudana or tapioca. They not only contain cyanide, but they also contain goitrogen, which makes it tougher to be broken down, making the thyroid gland sluggish to function. So try keeping the quantity of sabudana being consumed very minimal. Say you can consume it in the form of kheer or paisam, where the amount is very little, but do not try to make a sabudana khichdi because it's quite heavy and sluggish, leading to constipation. Last but not the least, the combination of food, which is often notorious because it is quite common that we all have a tendency to consume it, which is viruddhahar or inflammatory food combination. They have the specific property of making your entire body sluggish, be it your gut or the thyroid gland. And that is because of the utklesha, slimy, secretive property which it has upon consumption. Say for example, you have tea with your breakfast, especially salt-containing parantha, roti, upma, poha. They lead to the formation of ama or inflammation. The second one, fruits immediately after food, fruits along with the cooked food. The third common combination, consuming milk along with fruits. All of these combinations have a tendency to make your digestive system all the more sluggish. Now, if you're a thyroid patient, you already know how tough or delayed metabolism that you have. On top of that, if you introduce these kind of combinations, then it becomes all the more sluggish. So these are some of the common foods best to be avoided. If at all particular about consuming, keep each one of them once a week. Along with that, if you can make it a point to work out minimum 50 minutes every day in the morning, then in that case, more than half the thyroid discomfort that you're struggling with can be tackled. Hope that helps.